Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, it's lovely to have you. But if you're old, hey boo, it's nice to have you back. This video is one of the most requested videos on my channel, and today it is right here for you guys. This is the perfect Akudede style okra stew you would ever have. I have different okra stew recipes that I do, but this one is my favorite. So let's get right into the video. Here are the proteins I'm using. I have some bone-in beef, I have some willy crabs, smoked mackerel, salted beef, I have some goat meat. Use whatever you want. Okay, so first we're going to steam all of our meat. So I'm going to take out the willy, the mackerel, and the crabs for later. Those are going to go in later. Okay, now I've added my spices to it. I'm going to leave all the descriptions or all the ingredients in the description box, so all the spices will be listed there as well. There's some fresh ginger garlic, there's a yellow scotch bonnet. I'm going to leave all of them there, so please check them out. We give that a very good mix and then add some water to it. Now you need to make sure that your water is enough to cook this meat till tender, and then we set it on our stove to cook. Here's the okra that I'm using. There are different types of okras. What I do is when I go on the market, I try to get most of all of them. I'm going to mix all of these together to get the perfect texture of okra stew that I want. I'm going to start by cutting my garden eggs. Now, I don't cut them too tiny because I want it to be in big chunks in my okra stew. I don't want it to get all mushy and messed up in the okra stew. I feel like it's more attractive and it's more beautiful, and it's nicer when it's just like in the like dancing in the okra stew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna cut all the garden eggs and then put it in a mixing bowl or any bowl, set it aside for later. Now to the okra. I'm gonna spend some time to let you guys see how I chop my okra. Okay. So there are times that I slice them or I chop them into round circles, some smaller and then others much more smaller. So first off, you need to make sure that your okra is fresh. If your okra is not fresh, it's gonna make your stew come out some way, like I don't know, I can't relate. I always make sure that my okra is really fresh, so that it gives my meal or my dish this fresh taste and look. Okay, so some of the okra, I understand that there are different types of okra. There's Badia okra, there's the Ewe okra, there's Angola okra. So when you go on the market, just ask the market women which one is most slimy. Otherwise, you can just mix all of them like I do, because I never know how it's going to come out. Yeah, so I like to mix them all up. So chop them all in 3 different sizes: small, smaller, smallest, or big, bigger, biggest. Okay. Now we're checking on our meat. It's been about 30 minutes. So I've now added my willy and then my crabs, because those ones are softer and they take lesser time to cook. That is why I added them on later. And now that is ready, we're going to go on and cook our okra and garden eggs together. Okay, we're going to cook this for about 15 minutes or until a fork inserted goes in smoothly, or until it's soft. Now I'll be using a little bit of saltpeter, and this is supposed to activate more slime from the okra. Okay, now this is totally optional because I've heard some people say it's good, some say it's bad. I've been reading on it actually, and then I found out that it's actually used in food preservation and also to retain the color in food. So something like corned beef, pepperoni, ham, sausages, some of them have that. Okay, others also say it causes kidney problems and stuff like that. So please avoid it if you have doubts on using it. Okay, and also if you have any other option I can use to activate more slime in my okra instead of that one, please let me know in the comment section below. So I've added my leaves. I added these leaves. It's called Ademe. I don't know the English name for this. Okay, if you know it, please let me know also in the comment section below. So I added that. It also contains some slime that is going to add to the okra, and then having fresh leaves in your stew also is sort of refreshing. So yeah, you can just add some of that and then remove. Now we're gonna chop some tomatoes and onions for our stew. Okay, use as much as you want, but when it comes to the tomatoes, you don't want to use too much because the juices are going to stop the okra from being too slimy. So in this video I wanted to use 2, but when I cut into one, I noticed it was full and it had a lot of juices, so 1 was perfectly enough. And for the peppers that I have there, I have more of the green scotch bonnet, and then a little bit of the red and a little bit of the yellow. I'm going to blend all of this and use in my stew. Now it looks a lot, but it wasn't spicy at all. Plus the stew I'm cooking is a lot. I also have 3 cloves of garlic that I'll be blending with the peppers as well. Now let's get into putting everything together. Into a clean pot, I've added my palm oil, and I'm adding some stinky fish on my money. I mean, palm oil and my money, we know the deal already, okay? So we're gonna fry that up a bit and then add our onions and tomatoes. Yes, I add everything together because I don't want them to overcook. I just love to see some tomatoes and onions lingering in the dish. I don't want it to overcook or burn at all. So we're going to cook this for a little bit, and then I'm going to add my blended peppers. And if you notice, I didn't over blend the peppers. You don't want to make it too smooth. Oh well, if you want to make it smooth, please go ahead and do that. But this is just how I like mine. I left a little bit, but then I added it later because the peppers were not too spicy. To that, I've added 1 stock cube. I'm going to give that a good mix, and then I'm going to add my mackerel. Now I added at this point because I wanted to fry up a bit before all the others go in. So if you notice, cooking okra stew looks very easy, but guys, it's quite technical, so you need to pay attention to all the details that I'm giving you in this video in order to achieve what I achieve when I make my okra stew. Okay, now we fried up the mackerel a little bit. This mackerel is called salmon. Some people call it salmon in Ghana, so it's the same thing. I'm going to add up my steamed meat and crabs. Everything is going to go in there, and then I'm going to add some of the stock. Now I add my stock in bits. I'd like to add things in bits because if you add all of it at once and it happens to be too much, you can take out. So adding it in bits saves you a whole lot. Okay, so I add some of the stock and I try to mix everything together. At this point, I noticed my pot was too small because there was no way the okra was going to fit in that. So I'm going to be changing or swapping my pot in a little bit. Now we add some salt to taste, and I add the salt at this stage because the stock contains salt. So if you add the salt before the stock, it's going to be too salty. It may end up too salty. And also the salt you put in at this point is supposed to be the last salt you add to the stew, because if you add salt after you've added your okra stew is not going to be too slimy. It's going to become runny instead. Okay, all the slime, all the work we put in getting it to be slimy is going to be in vain. So you need to make sure that your stew is tasting good, perfect, salt a little bit more to be able to make up for the okra that we are putting in there. Okay, I hope that is clear. But if anything is not clear, or if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer all your questions. Okay, but I noticed that most of my recipes are so clear to you guys that you guys don't have any questions to ask, yet you come out with perfect results, and that makes me really happy. It means I'm giving you something good. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so now. Click on the subscribe button, and you might as well click on the bell so you're notified anytime I upload a new content. Please give this video a thumbs up and share for your friends to enjoy as well. Once you add the okra to the stew, you don't want to stir too much, because if you overstir, it's going to give us problems. So you don't want to overstir, just so you can retain most of the slime. Okay, so you just move the ladle from one place to the other nicely, gently, and in less than 5 minutes it should be done because everything is already cooked. Personally, I don't like too much oil, palm oil on my okra stew. I won't be able to eat it if I should see oils on top. So this oil is just perfect for me. So yes, our food is ready. Now take a look at that. Delicious looking, yummy, tantalizing, aromatic, flavor packed okra stew. You won't get this recipe anywhere, just here. Okay, so you guys, when you make this, let me know. Leave your reviews in my comment section. Share for your friends to make and enjoy as well. Send me your pictures, your videos. Let me know how it was or anything that you'd like to change about it. Just enjoy it, okay? Let's just live and enjoy good food, okay? So if you want, you can join me. I'm having this okra stew with some eba. There's eba and there's banku on the side. So in my house, anytime I make okra stew, I love to enjoy it with eba. When I start eating my eba, everybody wants to eat eba. When I'm eating banku, everybody wants to eat banku. So I make sure there's both on the table so that people get to choose their choice. That way I can enjoy my food all to myself. Okay. So look how slimy and good this okra stew is looking. This is just too perfect. I mean, it's just too perfect. So I'm going to enjoy my food now. I'll catch you guys later. So until next time, be loving, be caring, and please stay safe. Protect yourself and protect others as well.